Yard.
Yeah,
We do.
I appreciate it. But they're just setting me up because I'm going to sing the next song, so that's why they're yeah.
There it is.
So who did you, being a drummer, did you?
So I like it's to this day. Chad Smith from the Chili Peppers is one of my favorite drummers of all time.
Which that last song actually, that bass riff reminded me of the Chili Peppers.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so good. I was going to say that, but I'm glad he did it.
I
for
love
me.
Flea as well. So I mean,
Me
There
too.
you go.
I don't even play bass. And I love Flea.
You know, Flea is the pianist for the Chili Peppers as well.
He also plays
Really?
the horn section.
Yeah. It's all him. Flea is like my god in life. I will never get
Whoa.
to that level.
Oh boy.
That's like a camping trip, intense.
Real.
So go ahead, Evan.
But yeah, no, I still love him. Like I follow him. His Instagram is great, actually. I want his life almost because because I guess he gets paid to literally play drum sets and stuff. So he literally just like records himself doing crazy stuff on various different drum sets and cymbal setups and everything. And it's like that is the best job. I want that. I just want to do that all day and then get paid sponsorship level money for it, as well as being one of the best drummers out there in a great band. So I mean, he's awesome. So definitely him. But not just drummers alone. Drummers aside, I should say. They just came out with a new album, Periphery. I mean, they're a little bit heavier, but I've been completely obsessed with that band of late. Like, if you're into the heavier, like alternate sound, I think you should definitely check them out if you're unfamiliar. Periphery. I think they just played a show in New
They
York.
played
Or they're
Philadelphia
going to.
on Saturday. They played New York PlayStation Theater on Friday.
Yeah, they're not coming to New Jersey this tour.
Yeah,
which
they skip New
is a
Jersey every
shame.
time now. The last 2 or 3 years, they just don't come to the state.
They were regularly doing Starland for their tours, but
Wonder why not?
yeah, I don't know. Well, they're going to South America this year, actually, which is pretty cool.
Well, they got to go through New Jersey.
We just like them because they're a band that we kind of grew up with. They're the same age and everything, but like we see ourselves a lot in them. They're still our same age and everything, and we watch them get really big. And it's really inspiring because they put everything they do on Instagram, how they record and come up with songs and everything. So it's cool to see their process they're going through, and we're kind of trying to follow suit a little bit. It's a little bit at a time. Each
Okay.
battle is a little, victory. So
How about you? Who were your?
well,
When did you start playing the guitar?
I started playing guitar last week.
About 20 minutes ago.
What time is it?
13 or 14. I've always been listening to music. It's just I had no choice. My dad was a DJ for his entire life, so when I was growing up, like 2 or 3, not that I remember this, but he was always
DJ
playing.
like wedding type DJ or
He
DJ on the
started
radio?
actually on his college radio station.
Okay,
Back in the day when you can just ask someone, hey, you need a job, and you can get a job.
right.
Back in the, 1820s. That's how old my dad is.
Whoa!
But,
I went to school with him, man. Easy.
Did he vote for Andrew Jackson?
He's a great guy. He's a good dude. He's listening right now, so I won't say too many.
We love you, Elliot.
Yeah, Elliot's a great guy. But,
Elliot's home changing the locks right
yeah.
I
I grew up on Rolling Stones. Allman Brothers Band was a big one. The Eagles. He would always play those. Led Zeppelin all the time. But I started playing guitar the day I first heard Metallica. So that's when I started playing guitar. I got a guitar maybe the next day or two. My dad was just waiting for me to ask. He wasn't going to force. He was just going to I'll just wait for him to ask me to play guitar and he'll do it.
There's Elliot now.
That might be him now.
Very possible.
Hello, welcome to Rock On Radio. Who's this?
Yeah, this is Elliot. Believe it
I'll call
or
that.
not, I'm old, but I'm not that old.
It's okay. Old is represented in the studio tonight.
The people,
Yeah, that's good.
the people with their fingers on the button have the age.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. I grew up with music. My sister, I have an older sister. She turned me on to classical music, and I listened to classical music all my life. And I exposed David to it. I also exposed him to everything, every other kind of music as well. And he just gravitated to the guitar, and he's done very well. And the band is great. They really are.
He's a big
So
fan.
we have a
Thank
lot
you.
of fun.
You know, Elliot, you're awful complimentary to a guy that just said you're over 2 centuries old.
Put it this way. If I was 2 centuries old, I think that's a compliment. Look how great I sound.
How good you look, right?
Yeah. Can't argue with
This
that.
is true.
Looks better
You
than
know,
ever.
I can't help it if my fingernails and toenails just fell off. But hey, what are you gonna do?
You're pretty good for 200.
That's it.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
it's great. All of us as parents, both all of the parents collectively, support them in their endeavors, and they really, really rock it
Not
out
just in money, by the way. I want to make that a point.
when they want to.
There you go. Perfect. Well, I'll tell you what, Elliot, if you want, you can do the same thing that Mary Lou did and go to dcror.com. Send me an email with your address, and I'll send you something along just for listening to your son and his bandmates tonight here on Rock On Radio. How's that?
Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. And you guys have a great night. And I already have changed a lot.
I like it when people listen.
Thank you.
You got it, guys.
All
Have a
right,
great one.
Elliot, thanks. Rock on.
You got it.
There you go.
To answer your question, by the way, it's James Hetfield of Metallica and
Mhm.
David Gilmour of Pink Floyd.
There
By
we
far
are.
my 2 favorite guitar players.
Gilmore's
I
so
love Gilmour.
so tasteful.
Yeah.
And so smooth.
Blows my mind what he can do. The whole band, just, it confuses me how they even make their music. I just don't get it.
I spoke with multiple times. I've spoken with him, but one of the guys I always enjoy speaking with is Martin Barr. He's called here before too, right, Martin?
Yeah.
Martin Barr was the guitarist for Jethro Tull.
Oh.
It is his solo that you hear on Aqualung,
Wow.
Oh, okay.
which
I love
was
that track.
which was voted. I think he was voted. It was voted one of the top 25 guitar solos of all time, or something.
Rolling Stone, I think. Is
Rightfully
Yeah,
so.
the Rolling Stone, and you know, I look at guys like that, and David Gilmour, and guys that lay down these tracks where they stay. You said something earlier, David, actually, that makes a lot of sense. It was something about staying within the song, or
Serve the song.
Serve the
We always
song,
say
yeah.
serve the song.
and I in my one of my other things is I'm a writer for several entertainment magazines, and I get to interview rock stars that I only dreamed of talking to when I was a kid, you know, and now I'm talking to them multiple times. And one of them was actually the original drummer with Billy Joel for 30 years, Liberty DeVito. And Liberty said to me, his favorite drummers, you want to take a guess who they are?
Is it like Mason?
Buddy Rich.
Autumn.
Nope.
Keith Moon?
Nope. Ringo Starr, which is usually on a lot of people's lists.
Okay.
Howard.
Charlie Watts of the Rolling Stones,
Oh,
and Mick Fleetwood of
Wow.
Fleetwood
Okay.
Mac. And he told me this because they stay within the song. You know, I won't even tell you what he calls the guys that overfill or what he said about that. It'll be for off the air. But,
Yeah.
you know, the point is that they know how to stay within the song.
Yeah.
Or as you said, serve the song. And that's very important. And we talked earlier about egos. You know, so many times people have these egos where they think they need to be the center of attention, or they need to be, you know, their track needs to stand out. So, I mean, I learned my lesson at the age of 15. I was first time I ever went in a recording studio, and I'm not the kind of drummer that overfills. I'm not busy. I'm just kind of, let me just lay this down. I'm in the back for a reason. You know? And I thought, though, here I am in a recording studio, 24 track, 2-inch analog tape, first time ever. Red light goes on. All of a sudden, I become this fill machine. and
Oh.
and the guy, and I'm still friendly with him today, but the engineer stopped us in the middle. He said, I need to see the drummer in the control booth, please hurry up. And I got in there, and he looked at me and he said, son, sometimes less is more.
Yeah. 100%.
And up till that point in my life, I would only fill when the opportunity presented itself. But I was so, I guess, I don't know if it was nerves or if it was like, I'll never get in the studio again. This is going to be it. And little did I know I'd be in there about 10 additional times over the last 40 years. But the point is that it's like, I wanted to do it. But what I did was I ruined the product. And he said to me, less is more, because if you continue to do that, when you do something really cool, it's not going to stand out.
That's a great point.
You know, if you're constantly filling and every chance you get putting in, nothing is going to stand out. And there's one of the 3 songs that we did on that, which I have on. You ready for this? Cassette tape.
Yes.
Okay, which is what we got when we left the studio back in 1978. And I listened to this one tune, and there's this one section where I've actually had drummers who have heard that approach me and say, "How did you do that?" I mean, I have no idea. I don't remember, but it was just one of those things that all of a sudden you get in the zone, and it's wow. You feel it, and you only feel that if you're not cramming.
Right.
As we talked about, John, it's fractions. You can't cram 22 beats into 2-3 measures.
You can try. It's not
or
gonna sound
or
great.
into one note, 3
Yeah.
notes. You could try, but it's not going to strike. It's just going to sound cluttered and nasty. So that's huge,
Yeah.
Dave. To recognize that is
Yeah.
great.
It's crucial to our music.
Yeah, and especially if you're going to go in the studio where it's costing you money
Yeah.
Mhm.
to record.
Oh yeah.
So how about you, Luke? Luke.
I started on guitar first. When I was 12, I picked up. My mom had an acoustic guitar just laid around the house.
And she would just arbitrarily lay it around the house somewhere.
Well, it was laying in the
Like
same spot for
subliminal
a while.
messages. Oh, okay.
Laying in the same spot for a while, and
Play the guitar.
yeah, no, it did like call out to me one day. I'm not even kidding. And I picked it up. I learned "Smoke on the Water," and I learned
Oh yeah.
the basic songs that you first learn. And I was like, you know what? I want to do this. So I went over to my dad. I was like, I want to do this, but I want an electric one. It was my first thought because I was listening to like AC/DC was huge with me when I was 12, when I was 13, and I was just started to get the Black Sabbath too. So like I wanted that Gibson SG immediate out the gate. And he was like, no, you're going to take lessons for a year and then we're going to get you an electric guitar. So I took lessons at Freehold Music. I grew up in Freehold, so it was like around the corner for me.
Okay.
And I played guitar. I played guitar for a couple years after that. When I was 14, I got my first bass. Flea was the one who inspired me to get a bass.
Okay.
And it's been more fun for me. I have more fun playing bass than I do guitar, but I will play guitar when I'm writing, And I mean, I don't know. Black Sabbath is very big with me now. Like when I was a kid, I was listening to them and not really like taking in everything they were doing musically. But when I started getting around like 16 or 17, and I really appreciated them more. It's you can go back and listen to some records again and get more out of it.
Sure. And yeah, always.
Yeah.
Actually, that's how I review. When people ask me to review their CDs, it
Mhm.
takes me like 3 months to review one because I
Makes
listen
sense.
to it and I walk away for a couple weeks and I listen to it again and I walk away for like a month and I listen to it again
Yeah.
and then I start writing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because sometimes they either need to grow on you or they need to,
Stew and realize, and rot in your brain and realize it's not that good of a song. Maybe I liked it the first time, but it was just a catchy thing.
Yep.
I've had that happen 1,000 times.
or the reverse.
Yeah, definitely.
I was asked to review Government Mule's double CD that they put out several years back, and at first I didn't like it at all. I'm like, this is killing me not to like this.
Ugh.
Warren Haynes is so good on guitar
Yeah,
too.
but I didn't like it, and I was like, "What the heck is wrong? Why am I not liking this?" And I thought, you know what? Let me just walk away from it.
Yeah.
2 weeks later, I went back. And, that ain't bad. Okay.
I got to see him at PNC. He was actually doing double duty. He was playing with the Allman Brothers. Him and Derek Trucks were on guitar, and then he did a Government Mule before that.
Right.
He is phenomenal. He doesn't get enough credit as guitar players know him, but in terms of like famous musicians and everything, he doesn't get the credit he deserves.
No.
But I can name 1,000 people like that. So.
I can name 1,000 I got just in Asbury Park that are just amazingly talented musicians that for whether they don't promote themselves or whatever the reason being,
Mhm.
that they don't get the credit they deserve. Let's do another tune.
Gotcha.
What do you think? This the one you're
Yeah.
gonna sing, Evan?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
actually.
Yeah, it starts his
It starts on
This
now.
section.
Does
Now it
everybody
starts.
sing lead at some point? in the
everybody
band?
but Rifkin.
Everybody except for Dave.
Dave, what's
I
the
do.
matter?
I do backups here and there.
You know, he's
What?
just one of
When?
those
He pretends.
unappreciated guitar players. That's it. Just doesn't. No, we don't trust him with the mic. So
Is that so, Dave? Why not?
I have a better voice for talking than I do for really singing.
I know you said that at the beginning of the
Yeah.
program, but you know.
Like it's not like a confident thing. It's just I don't know. I don't even know the technique right to actually be able to breathe and sing and just do the things correctly. I
Voice
don't know
lessons.
anything. Yeah, I
You
can do
could-
lessons. Probably.
You could just write like a Cookie Monster metal tune and just.
I could probably
That was dead on. That was
Really?
dead on.
I told him 1,000 times. I told him 1,000 times he can sing if he wants to. I didn't
Yep.
sing up until like 1 or 2 years ago.
Sounds like an old song from the '80s. You can sing if you want to.
You can leave your friends behind, but your friends don't sing, and if they don't sing,
I think
then
it's
they're no
we just
friends
gotta
of
set
mine.
you up.
See, that's
We
it.
just gotta put a microphone in front of you at practice because we
Yeah, see what
used
comes
to,
out.
and then he never did anything with it, and he was like, you just put it away. You can stop setting it up.
All right, it
Yeah.
sounds like an intervention. So
So.
Yeah.
Let's go to the song.
And we gave him 2 microphones this time.
Hey, he's
Yes,
got
now I
two.
have two.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Two mints in one.
Alrighty. This song is called "Someone to Call Home." It's also on our EP.
Excellent.
Oh, don't know where to go. Yeah, my head is spinning round. Never felt so alone. Wish to be found. I just need someone. Where are they now? Someone to call home. Oh, it's fast on the run. Yeah, better love to fly. Or I'm out of luck. Wish to be found. I just need someone. Where are they now? Someone to call home. Whoa, yeah, Oh, it was always you. Yeah, when you looked at me, takes me to infinity. Wish to be found. I just need someone. Where are they now? Someone to call home. Yeah, have been found by loving's grace. I'll sing it loud. This love's for me. Your love is for me, gives me everything. Someone to call home.
Nice. I love cold
Thank
endings. Very cool.
you.
Excellent.
Yeah,
as
that's
I
the
said.
first one we wrote
Oh, really?
Yeah.
As a band?
as a band. Yeah.
Who brought that forth?
That was
Um,
his riff.
I
Luke's.
think I got the riff, and
Okay.
we built off of that. Yeah.
Excellent.
Mhm.
I know I said that.
we wrote that. We rewrote that song like at least 3 times though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Yeah.
It existed for years. It existed before I was even in the band, and I heard several versions of it because Luke has been my best friend for years. We went to the same high school. I've known him since we were collectively thinking we were both the worst baseball player in Little League. So like, yeah,
Oh,
that's,
yeah.
that's a funny time. So like, it's funny how like I'd heard it through Luke a couple times, as it kept changing, and then when I joined the band, I was like, this is a different song anyway. And then I had to add, the piano to it. So it's probably gone through like a dozen iterations or something like that.
It's always fun to revisit a song that you wrote years ago.
Oh yeah.
You could have been 12, and 10 years later you look it up and you know what? Oh, wait a minute.
Oh yeah. I mean, that happens to me all the time. I used to mess around with like a little Boss looping pedal, and I would just mess around in my room, and I had one with 2 inputs and 2 outputs, so I could actually write a bass line and write guitar on top of it. And there's just a bunch of like potential songs on there. Every once in a while, I'll go back and listen to it, and be like, oh, that could be a song.
Yeah. Oh, now you know what else could be?
Hmm?
Your websites and social media. How do we find you guys?
Oh, well, we are a Super Judge Band on all social media. We've got Facebook, we've got Instagram, we're on YouTube, we're on SoundCloud. Am I forgetting anything? This
Yeah,
our
if
social
you
media
go to
master.
superjudgeband.com, that'll take you to our Facebook.
Oh yeah, forgot
Yep.
about
That
Yeah.
takes you
It's
right
all
there.
linked up?
You'll find
that.
everything that you need.
Superjudgeband.com.
So superjudgeband.com,
Okay.
and hoping to release a full website at some point soon in the future, but it'll come.
So this disc that's being mastered, is there a title to it?
Right now, the EP is titled Space City, and you will find that on SoundCloud and YouTube with the title. And again, we're playing Saturday, May 4th at the St. Nasbury Park Doors are at 9:45, and it's $10 at the door.
Is that the only gig you have coming up? You have more?
As of right now, yep, that's what we got booked. Other things in the works, but we are glad to accept any other offers, or at least hear your other offers. We do parties. We definitely do parties. We've
Yeah.
done a bunch of them in the past, so
Parties, weddings, bar mitzvahs.
we are for hire.
And what do you usually do at these parties? You guys have a set of covers that you throw in?
Well, I mean, we've done some Chili Peppers stuff before. We did Mississippi Queen. We've done some Grand Funk Railroad.
Oh, right. That was
Yeah.
great. That was
Yeah.
a fun one.
What one was that?
Sins of a Good Man's Brother.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
the-
that's an oddball one.
That's
Oh,
a
but I love
fun
it, man.
song.
It's the lead track off Closer to Home. It's just you turn it on and it turns up immediately.
Yeah,
I love that.
it's so good.
Yeah, Luke insisted on that one as a cover, and I could not be happier that he did. It's fun.
Yeah,
I even wrote a piano track for it. It's really fun.
There's no piano in that song.
Yeah.
We created
There is
that.
now.
There's now, exactly.
You made it your own. Now you guys have just gone through a little guitar change here. What's
Yeah.
going on?
These are dropped to a different tuning.
Yep.
Okay. What?
So
key?
instead of being C,
Drop C.
essentially C. Yeah,
So
instead of being
Oh,
E,
drop
be E.
C. Okay.
We call it crab tuning because it's
No,
a
you
great
call
way
it
to
crab.
remember this. Great way to
Oh,
remember
boy.
this. Luke taught me this.
I did.
Crabs go crazy for all donuts.
Wait a minute. That's what that means?
Yeah.
I did not know that was okay. They've been saying that. I
Yeah,
thought that was
crabs go
nonsense
crazy for all
years.
donuts. C, G, C, E, F, A, D.
There's an artist who's been on this program, albeit not for several years now. She hasn't been back in a while, but she's from the Atlantic City area. Her name's Patty Blee. Okay. Patty is just absolutely incredible. And I think she's actually a vampire because she never looks older. she's just a beautiful person inside and out. But she's a great singer-songwriter, and the stuff that she comes out with is fantastic. Now, her husband is a guitar guy, owns a guitar repair shop down there somewhere around Atlantic City. And he's guitar tech for like a lot of the major acts that come through the casinos and stuff. And he rigged up a device on her acoustic guitar because she uses a lot of drop D, where all she's got to do is flip a switch and the entire guitar.
I've
is in
seen
drop
that.
D.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow,
That,
Very
That
cool.
would be very convenient.
if you could do that, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm assuming you want to do another tune before we have to start wrapping things up. So I don't
Yeah,
know what
we
you
have
guys
time for
gave
one
the
or two.
effort to
Space
put on
City.
new instruments. So
Nah,
Yeah.
let's play Octopus.
Octopus?
Yeah, let's play
Okay.
Octopus.
Yeah.
It's a good song.
And we're gonna play a song called Octopus.
Yeah.
Did you switch strings or something while I wasn't looking? What do you got going on
They're
there?
green. This is true.
They're green.
Have they always been that green?
I bought this bass
Since
used.
you walked in here, because they sure didn't look at that for a while,
Oh
did they?
no, they're neon green.
He switched basses.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
why. Okay.
we switched equipment to do this. I've got
I know you did, and I saw he did, but I wasn't looking at you. All right, no wonder. All right,
I'm right next to you. How did you not know?
I thought I was looking over there.
That's all right.
So this is another one you can find on the EP for free. Check it out online. This is actually the song the intro leads into on the EP, which is cool too. So you want a little bonus there? Check it out online. We're not gonna do the intro acoustically though.
Why is it like eruption or something?
Well, it needs a heavy synthesizer to be done as well, because I usually have a 2-level keyboard set up here, but because we were doing the acoustic thing, we were like, that's probably going to be overwhelming. So I've just rewritten Octopus onto guitar for my piano part.
Whoa.
Man of many
Yeah.
trades here.
I do what they need me to.
I said that like, what a straight face you said that with, man. But you're
You
serious.
got to
aren't
serve
you?
the song.
I
It doesn't. It doesn't. I play a bunch of instruments. It doesn't matter which one they need me to.
There
I'll
you go.
do it.
Oh, we got a phone call before we start this material. Hello, welcome to Rock On Radio. Who is this?
This is Renee.
Well, hello, Renee. How are you?
I'm doing well, and I wanted to call in and say how much I love Super Judge. I'm a super fan, and so excited that I get to hear them on the radio tonight.
Oh, well, we're glad that we could make that happen for you.
Thank you, Renee.
Thanks, Renee.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anything
Love
you
you
would?
guys.
That's it. That's all you wanted to say to them? Was that you love them?
I do love them, and that
I love
That's
that.
all right, Renee. Let's just put you on the spot. But you passed with flying colors.
I could say a lot more, but we're on the radio.
I'm not sure what one has to do with the other. That's why you called, isn't it? Talk to us. Tell us what you want to say.
Well, I've known at least half the band for like 15 years, and one for his whole life.
Oh, that's your sister.
But that's his sister.
Yeah.
And I've seen them go through a lot of different, bands and lots of different tastes in music. And I have to say, this is the only thing David and I got along with growing up together for the most part. And it really brings us together now. So I'm so proud of him and all the guys.
Well, that's fantastic. Now, do you live with Elliot as well?
No, she got
I do not live with Elliot.
Okay, so you're Elliot-less, like Elliot Ness. She's Elliot-less. So
I like it.
what you if you want to go to my website dcror.com, you can do so and send me your address, and I'll send you something just for calling in and being David's sister.
Oh, very cool. All right, I will do that.
You know what's great?
What's-
She's the sister that actually called me, unlike my other sister.
Whoa!
Shots fired. You're getting one less birthday present this
Don't-
year.
don't-
Talk
touch
about
me,
family feud. Man, it started right here. It's like Fort Sumter. All right.
Ooh, that's a deep history reference. I like it.
telling you. Whoa, deep. I was there. Well, Elliot and I were there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, what is Fort Sumter? 60, 61, something like that.
61 to 65 was the Civil War.
Yeah, it must have been 61.
60 to 64.
Great
whatever.
year.
So,
Yeah.
There you go. I was actually born in South Carolina. So what's
Oh really?
Yes.
Oh, home of John C. Calhoun.
Ooh. All right. Thank you, Renee. Send that along, and we will send you something out over the next week or so.
All right, very cool. Awesome.
All right. Thank you for listening, and
Rock on.
rock on. There you go. She's already got. See,
She's got.
she's already got the lingo down.
She learns quick.
I love it. All right. Now, what are you guys gonna do?
We're gonna play a song called "Octopus Hot Dogs."
Oh yeah, well, that's right.
That's the name of it.
That's
Yeah, it is.
It's
Like
called
Mega
back.
Pigs.
It's called
Yeah.
back.
well. You guys are all
It's
about the
called
pork products, aren't you?
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit.
All right. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
Rifkin loves
I
pork.
see nothing wrong with that.
No, me either.
All right,
It's the other white meat.
all right, here we go. Octopus.
Search the land, go beyond the things I say. Surrounding me, brainwashed fools, wasted lands, vile greed, toxicity. I fade away into the endless sea, closing my eyes to this reality. Surrender all the things that I believe, becoming more than earthly energy. Find a way, must get fun. What makes you empty thoughts? Childhood dreams, your long lost loves, memories. I fade away into the endless sea, closing my eyes to this reality. Surrender all the things that I believe, becoming more than earthly energy. I see a light. It's getting closer. I hear a voice. It's getting louder. It's telling me, come to the water. Load up, see. It waits longer. The octopus, it takes the answers that I seek. Come along with me. The universe you'll see. Here I am at the door of everything been searching for to understand. I gave it all to go beyond the mortal walls. I fade away into the endless sea, closing my eyes to this reality. Surrender all the things that I believe, becoming more than a energy.
Nice. Octopus, what?
Just
Hot
octopus.
dogs.
There is
Octopus.
sort of a story, I guess.
Well, go ahead.
It's not a good story.
Tell it. We have 5 minutes left.
I saw a picture, much like the sexy Wendy girl on Instagram, just someone doing food stuff. And it was literally some guy cut up some hot dogs and put some spaghetti through it and cooked it. And Evan said, "Oh, look, it's octopus hot dogs." And we decided that should be the name.
Whoa.
I wish it was a cooler story, but
No,
everything is
it's
food based.
pretty funny.
I have a question for the guys. Was I here for when that was written, or did
I
that
don't
already
know.
exist? I can't remember.
It was before, right before.
Just before. Right?
Just
Okay.
before. Hello, welcome to Rock On Radio. Who's this?
This is Jacob.
Oh,
hey, Jake, how you doing?
Obviously, they know you, Jacob.
This is my brother.
Total stranger.
Ah, there you go. Nice. Go ahead, Jake.
I just want to say this boy can slap the bass real good. Octopus, it was lit. Yeah, and I thought it would be funny to call in.
It was.
Thanks, Jacob.
Well, we're getting a kick out of that, Jacob. So you too, go to dcror.com and I'll send you something just for calling in.
Jacob doesn't know it yet, but he's going to be our
Yo.
saxophone player in the future.
Oh yeah, he's buying a
Ah.
saxophone. He's getting into
He's going
music.
to learn saxophone.
I
He has
have
no
a
choice.
saxophone.
You have one?
Yeah.
You want to lend it to Jake?
You'd have to ask Rosie, but yeah.
Oh, Rosie.
All right, Jacob,
My
that's
sister's name
it.
is Rosie.
You're committed right now, playing saxophone on at least one song for us.
Sit on the airwaves.
See what you get, Jake, for calling this show? That now you're committed. They've been trying to commit me for years, Jake. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry, I've been practicing. I've been listening to Careless Whisper for like 5 hours straight.
Great song. Great song.
That's the one. Is that the one?
Maybe it is.
All right. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. All right, Jake. Thanks for calling, buddy. I got to get going, wrap things up here. You waited to the last minute, Jake. What's up with
Dude, social anxiety, you know?
I love you, Jacob.
that? I hate it when that happens. All right, Jake. Rock on.
Rock on, boy. See ya.
There you go. Jake.
You got such a good
Jake,
heart.
the
I love
Luke
him.
brother.
I like his honesty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh no,
this is-
very honest.
You'll never find a more genuine
Does
person.
he have social anxiety?
Yeah, a little bit.
Is he calling back?
Either that or he didn't hang up.
Didn't get enough.
Welcome to Rock On Radio. Who's this?
Dan.
Dan. How are you, Dan?
Dan.
I'm good. I was just calling to say hi to the band before you guys get off.
Well, go right ahead.
Hello, band. I just want to remind you guys, once you hit your 100th show, I'm getting a tattoo, so hurry up.
Oh, right. Okay. How many we at, boys?
I think
Like
we have-
Wait, are we
something like
counting this
Yeah, at
one?
least 10 down.
This counts
Something
as
like
a show.
that.
This
Yeah.
counts as a show.
that? Dude, you got to get one of those things.
You
with a
guys,
stamp.
you four can pick the tattoo. Just not any more shows.
That's a
and
bad
we'll do
choice,
it.
bro.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Bad.
You're gonna regret that.
It's going to be a tattoo of chicken parm
That's
pizza.
a bold
Do we
choice.
get to pick where?
No,
I'll
he's
let you
right.
guys-
It's definitely
Chicken, chicken
I'll
part
let you guys get going.
Chick-fil-A
So you know, go watch Game of Thrones.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
totally missing the 9 o'clock hour.
No, there you
I,
go.
I got my throne shirt on.
All right.
Right.
Support.
And you too, Dan. Go to dcror.com. Send me your address. I'll send you something.
All right. Have a good night.
There you go.
Thank
Rock
you.
on.
Thanks,
All right,
Dan.
good night.
Awesome.
Well, we got to wrap it up. We've got about 30 seconds left. Again, social media sites, websites.
Go to superjudgeband.com. That'll take care of all your stuff. Find our music online for free at SoundCloud and YouTube. And check us out at the Saint Saturday, May 4th. We'll be playing with Among Us and Canamera. Doors are at 9:45.
Fantastic. All right. David, Evan, John, Luke. Thank you so much for making the trip tonight. And Simone, thank you for that's right, Rock on.
Thank you,
Thank you
Simone.
for bringing the pizza
Thanks, Dan.
and
Thanks, Art.
and videotaping everything. And, next week we have Easter Sunday. We will have a show.
Oh,
We
working
have,
hard.
There's a charity event called Jammin' for Jacqueline that we'll be discussing. Again, the Rock on Radio 10th anniversary celebration, Asbury Park, April the 24th, 8 to 11 p.m. And that is at the Asbury Hotel. For us here at Rock on Radio, we'll talk to you next week. If you don't tune in, happy Easter. Till then, rock on! Woo!